Andrew has so much influence, and he's
Right.
uncontrolled. You can't like he has his own money to do his own thing, and he's amassing all of these people towards him. Like I say this all the time, Jesus would get canceled if he was alive today. Because he would have too much influence, you feel me? The world would be like, oh no, we gotta stop this nigga. What you mean we gotta praise this God? He literally died because of the human ego, bruh. They were like, what, this nigga is talking about the divine and something that's greater than us. Nah, nigga, I'm the king. Worship me. So this nigga put him on a cross, bro. Like, you feel me? Like it's all ego to me, bro. And I'm just like, it's not that I denounce science. It's just that some people are so tied to it that they can no longer see that it's oneness, harmony, that we're all one. You feel me? It's so small-minded. So small-minded, bro. There's like a quote that says, small minds, they talk about people. Average minds, they talk about current events, but great minds, they talk about ideas. And those are the ones that get shit done. You feel me? They cancel Kanye too. Same reason. He's uncontrolled. He always says whatever the fuck he wants. He has so much money and influence. As soon as this nigga starts saying some shit against the Jews, canceled. You feel me? They didn't even give him a warning. They didn't talk to him. If he's so buddy with these niggas in these businesses, why didn't they just like at least let him know first and like warn him, give him a warning? They just literally spanked him on the head, bro.
Facts. It's crazy because like I got some white cousins, and it's crazy. Like whenever I bring up Kanye, they look at me weird. Like it's just like you have to be in a certain position to really like see it.
Do you agree with what Kanye said?
Okay, so
100%.
Listen, yeah, no, because all right, but let me expand on what he's saying though. Yeah, let me expand on what he's saying though, because like you can't just say it like that though, because I do agree what he's saying, but like it's the way he's saying it. Like he has a problem articulating himself, and I peeped that like it's like he gets in like these modes where he's just like so in his ego. Like he'll say, "I'm the greatest artist in this world." You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, all right, Kanye, like being able.
Kanye has the whole world looking at him.
No, he does, and it's the same thing with the Andrew Tate situation. He has so much influence that they don't need too many people thinking like this. You feel me? Like it's like I said. Like I always say this: if I was a slave, bro, like I don't care what lifetime it is, bro. Like my soul and my mind, how it is, I would have either died trying to get away, or I would have started a revolution. Just that's the person I am. You feel me?
That's crazy. Cause me and my grandma just watched Till, the Emmett Till movie yesterday. That's like a weird coincidence. And I was telling her, she looked at me crazy. I was telling her, mind you, my grandma is 78, so I was telling her this. Mind you, she has picked cotton before, because she's from Alabama, and that's like kind of a thing they had to do for work. And I told her, this is what I would do mentally. I told her what you said. I would either be dead, or I literally would start a revolution on like some Django shit. She looked at me crazy, and she said, "You can't do that. Sometimes you gotta just sit back."
Nah, bro. Okay, look, and this is. I remember I had a conversation with my dad about this shit, bro. Because like he was like, I was talking to him, and like usually I don't really have like deep conversations like this with my dad. But I was passionate about it. He was just like, I'm like, because like we're Jamaican, so I'm like, yo, Kanye, he's an idiot. You feel me? Like that just means like you're an idiot. You feel me? I'm like even though I understand what you're trying to say, even though you're speaking the truth, as far as like the Jewish media is basically having a holocaust on the black people, you feel me? Basically how they control the media, how they're causing us to kill each other, they're controlling our minds, you feel me? And like I agree with that, but like it's like you have to play the chessboard, bro. Like you have so much influence, you have all this power. There was a different way for you to do this to get your point across without you ruining your entire image, because in the 48 laws of power it says defend your reputation with your life, you feel me? Because your reputation is everything, you feel me? Like how is he supposed to influence the people if they've ruined his image? Same thing with Jesus, you feel me? They killed him because they had to ruin his image so not too many people would follow him, you feel me? And like it's I don't like this idea of this world that limits me. Like I say this thing about speed limits and shit like that, like how there's a speed limit on the road, but I know I'm capable of going to infinity, you feel me? Like I can go as fast as my mind adapts to. And I think over generations, if you consistently like increase the speed limit just a little bit, niggas will be going 120 like it's nothing, you feel me? Like it could
adaptation.
That's what we do as humans. That's what our brain is capable of.
Don't you think that like all of that is just testing power? Because that's what Kanye is doing right now. That's what you're talking about when you're speeding. You're testing your limits on how much you can get away with. And if you can get away with it, you're getting away with it. That's the same thing that Kanye is doing. He's saying things to see how much of a power that he has over people. And if it's not working, he's going silent. Like we haven't heard from Kanye ever since that.
Well, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. You don't know if someone came in his house and literally beat Kanye in the shower and told him to shut up.
For sure. But Aiden was supposed to have him on a podcast or like his live stream.
Yeah.
Why do you think Aiden backed out?
He backed out because I remember he talked about this on the podcast. He was like saying that Kanye was like, he was telling him, like, Aiden was telling him that, like, oh yeah, we just don't talk about the Jews, just like don't do any of this. And then he was just like, I'm not gonna be told, this is Kanye. And in his ego, he's like, oh, I'm not gonna be told from a Jewish boy what I can and cannot say, blah blah blah. And like that's why he basically Kanye, this didn't happen because Aiden knew that like it's unpredictable. You never know what he's gonna say.
If you're on this narrative, like I don't give a fuck, my ego, I don't give a fuck. Why would Aiden back out? If he doesn't,
I mean that's kind of damaging his own image.
Yeah,
well, it's
Aiden doesn't need that. Yeah, Aiden doesn't need that.
But like, let's compare the same thing with Jesus. Lots of people didn't want to follow Jesus because they tried tainting his image. Same concept. It's like everyone's. But I mean, to an extent, Aiden also has an ego because he's like, well, this is gonna be bad publicity for me.
He doesn't care about the greater good. Like if he actually cared about the truth, he would have him on anyway.
Anyway, yeah. I'd like to pose a question.
Go ahead.
You guys are here on like, I don't know, between the conversations of what I'm hearing, one of the biggest things I hear a conflict is this balance between ego and your limitations,
Yeah.
At what point beyond that limitation, how much can you push yourself before you start influencing the greater good? Like at what point, at what point does the end justify the means, And this just applies this conceptual thought. I am being limited because of such and such, but at what point do you extend yourself that you doing so makes damage to the greater good? So at that point, you're letting your ego affect everyone else,
Okay. No, okay, so I understand what you're saying. So basically with that, how I would break it down is like one thing for me, like if I were to redo schools, I think psychology is one of like the first things kids will learn. Like kids will learn this like as like children because I think
psychology is very important.
Yeah, knowing your mind, like it's crazy because I became spiritual and then I took a psychology class and psychology confirmed everything that I believe in spirituality. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's like once you know thyself, the Asians speak about this all the time. Once you know yourself and who you're supposed to be, what your purpose is for this world, I think all you have to do is just go head first into that direction and you find exactly where you belong in the space-time continuum. You know what I'm saying? So I think it comes down to people actually knowing their purpose and what it is that they're supposed to do. I think the ego is what causes people to become more in the in this power. They want more power. They need more money. They need more, like me. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I want to go out in nature, bro. I want to be in Hawaii or like Tulum or Bali. You feel me? Like I don't care about this shit, bro. And it's the ego that causes the separation where you believe it's you versus the world instead of you being a cell within God. You're inside of this universe. You're one with us. You feel me? Because then you stop thinking about just yourself. You're actually you will realize that when you're talking to somebody, you're talking to God. God is speaking through them, through you, and you're speaking to, like, God is like they're hearing God through you, like it's your reflections. That's why people say peace reflections, because like if you think of God as the universe, if we're just everything consciousness are the cells within God, then you would understand that there should be no need for this war. I should not be looking at you another way because you're a certain color. When like in terms of a computer, like you're the same pixel of the same system. You feel me? We all came from that spark. You feel me? Like when you plug in a computer, that Big Bang is the spark when the electricity just starts the whole fucking universe of the computer. You feel me? It's the same shit. I just think people need to become more. They have to come to that mindset of oneness. You feel me? The yogis speak about this all the time. Like and like once you're at peace, you reach bliss and you're just present and you're no longer in your thoughts. And I think your thoughts and like letting your thoughts control you is that ego. Does that make sense?
One of the biggest things when you're not at war with yourself, you can't look at other people as like, what's the word? Like, you wouldn't have competition. You wouldn't be looking at other people like, oh, he got more than me. He's better than me. You would just simply sit with yourself and you would just dwell in your own happiness.
Dwell with what you have already, because what is yours is supposed to be yours. You feel me?